Hey guys, welcome back. What's up? Fuck me. Okay, I'm just gonna level with y'all. I'm dying today. I just got over the stomach flu and I'm fighting for my life with some PMS. So listen, it is what it is today. Y'all are getting me in raw Sam form. What's up? Welcome back to another episode of Golden Nugget. Today, we are going to be talking about the difference between laziness and burnout, because if you're anything like me, you can't really decipher at first glance. Everything is laziness to you. If you were raised as an overachiever, you had to make all A's, you had to be the best on the team, you had to be, first there and last to leave. I mean, you were really just praised for being on top and doing the best, then you might have this same issue. And listen, it's okay to have high expectations for yourself. It's okay to expect the best out of yourself. But listen, us millennial girls, we were raised in the hustle culture. Like, we were fighting for our positions at the top. And so we gaslit ourselves into thinking that burnout was laziness. It's not the same thing. Listen, here's a really easy way to decipher between the two. Laziness is a choice. Burnout is the byproduct of doing too much for too long and not giving yourself a rest period. And here's kind of the way that I figure it out is if I call it laziness, if I can find every reason in the book not to do it, laziness, aka procrastinating, whatever, and that's a whole different conversation. But if you can find every reason why you shouldn't be doing it or talking yourself out of it, that's laziness. But if you have every reason in the book why you should be doing it or why you want to be doing it, but you just can't bring yourself to get up, your brain is foggy, you can't focus, you're stumbling over your words, you can't keep your thoughts in order, that is burnout. Call it for what it is, okay? Because once you name it, then you can start attacking it. Like I said, burnout is the result of over-functioning in perfectionism for far too long, not giving yourself enough rest time. Listen, we're not a PlayStation. You can't just turn us off and turn us back on and expect us to be functioning at top tier performance. You know what I'm saying? Like, girls, we need a little more than just 6 or 8 hours of sleep sometimes. I mean, when you really put all of our productivity into a bucket and all of our rest into a bucket, are they gonna come out even slightly resembling each other? Probably not. Elite Customs isn't just building cars, they're building a culture. As a female owner in a male-dominated industry, we are proud to pioneer a new kind of experience with women in mind. One where women feel empowered and inspired in the custom car space. From wraps to audio and everything in between, Elite is a full-service custom shop that makes your dreams a reality. Women want badass rides too, am I right? Follow Elite Customs TN on Instagram and TikTok. Inquire online at elitecustomstn.com. By appointment only, and consultations are always free. Another for sure sign that you have overworked yourself is that you're still tired after doing absolutely nothing, because the whole time you laid there and you were telling yourself, I'm gonna rest today, and you were going through your laundry list of constant rotating things to do, and so you couldn't even give your mind the time to shut off and shut down and really rest and recover. Your brain needs recovery just as much as your body needs the recovery. So why doing nothing, and I mean nothing, is a form of productive reset. If you are sitting on the couch at 8 o'clock every night crashing out, that is a surefire sign that you are headed towards burnout if you're not already there, because you're never really allowing yourself to rest. Every little sound wakes you up. You wake up in a panic. If you wake up when your alarm goes off and immediately you go into that panicked sweat of, I got to do this, I got to do that, and you're 10 steps ahead of yourself already. Like, if you're still laying in bed physically, but your mind, you're in the drop-off line, sister, that is no way to live. And I'm telling you, that is an absolute 100% foolproof way to burn out. Your nervous system cannot be creative or strategic when it's overloaded because you already have it bogged down with the stress and the frustration of everything else. Doing nothing is being still enough to let inspiration and rest rejuvenate you. True rest, listen, hear me. True rest is not doom scrolling on TikTok. You're not resting if you have your Walmart app open and you're creating a grocery list. Rest is not jumping on ChatGPT and having it create a to-do list for you from least problematic to most problematic thing for the week ahead. That is not rest. That's strategizing for the week ahead. That's being productive. True rest in itself means just that. You have to prioritize uninterrupted, unadulterated rest for your mind, your nervous system, your body. And listen, after you have functioned in overachievement, right? Overstress, overworked, burnout for so long, you have to retrain your whole system how to rest. You have to literally teach yourself how to rest again. And so it's going to take practice. It's going to be frustrating. You're going to be met with waves of anxiety potentially the first time you try to actually sit down and rest, okay? That doesn't mean to stop. That doesn't mean that anything is wrong with you. It just means that you have functioned in overdrive for way too long. But I can tell you firsthand, it can be done. And it feels so good. And it feels so beautiful. And once you let go of the guilt, because who told you you didn't deserve to rest and reset? Who told you that? Society? Social media? An abusive ex? A narcissistic parent? That's all lies. You cannot listen to that. You can't let that be like the defining end all. You've got to, because here's the alternative. What happens if you don't? Then you do burn out and you have the big mental break. You don't want that. Need a summer skin refresh? SkinWorks Wellness in Hendersonville, Tennessee is offering free consultations and July specials on fillers and hydrofacials. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook for flash sales. Okay, so let me give you a few ways that I safeguard myself from burnout on a day-to-day basis and then on a weekly basis. So one, and my kids have adopted this, and we kind of touched on this in Noah's episode, so if you want to hear us talk about this real time, go back and listen to his episode because listen, that's my kid. He's pretty dang cool. And you'll kind of see why he's my little built-in bestie now. But we have this practice where we get home and listen, let me just paint a picture for you of what my day looks like. I get up at like 5:30, get myself ready, and then I start waking up kids. It's like the trickle effect. I start waking up Titus, and listen, this is the kid that wakes up on 100. This kid has ADHD to the max. He wakes up, literally opens his eyes and starts talking to me. And so we go through our morning routine, and then I start getting up the big ones. And then we get Titus to school. The big ones get off to school. I finish getting ready. And then by this time, Rich has already been long gone to work. He leaves before rush hour. I like to say I leave after rush hour. I don't think there is ever an after rush hour in Nashville. It's just less rush hour. So we live north of Nashville. Our shop is south of Nashville. And so I start my trek, which takes me usually about an hour to drive down to the shop. I try to spend this hour in my car listening to music or an inspiring podcast. Me and my chat will chat in traffic on the way to work. This is like my me time. Is it restful? No. Your drive to work is not your time to rest, sister. Listen to me. It is not alone time. It is not you time. It is just an extension of your day. It is just another point in your day. I do my work. I leave. If I have kids that evening, I leave about 3 o'clock, haul ass back through traffic, and then get home, get kids unloaded, do dinner, blah, blah, blah. So it is fast paced from the time we open our eyes. So one of the non-negotiables that we've put in place is as soon as we all hit that back door and walk in, we scatter to our corners of the house. I go to my bedroom, the kids go to their bedrooms, and we have 15 minutes of quiet recalibration time. Now, whether they do that or not, I don't know, but I'm getting them into the practice. Noah expects it. And so I go into my bedroom, it's quiet, I have the fan going, and I lay across the bed, and I'm just like recenter. I allow my nervous system to like resettle. And I kind of imagine it like if you crack open a fresh Coke and you pour it over ice and it's super fizzy and you watch it like fizzle down. That's what I imagine is happening to my nervous system and my brain because, listen, I need that time to settle and recenter before I go back into the main part of the house and the onslaught of mom, I need $20. Hey, mom, I have a field trip coming. Hey, mom, did you sign that? Hey, mom, I got in trouble at school today. Hey, mom. Look, these are little micro ways to recenter yourself. I put a cold washcloth over my eyes because it's kind of the same idea of like washing your face with cold water. I can't always do that, right? But I can lay a cool washcloth across my face and just let it sit for a second. It kind of shocks my system back into not overthinking because I have a really bad habit of my thoughts spiraling out of control. And as you heard on the last podcast episode, yes, I do have a tendency to catastrophize things. It does work, I promise. You put on your favorite song and you tell yourself, I'm just going to play it once. And you take deep breath, like just focus on committing to 10 deep belly breaths, right? That also does reset your central nervous system. If you're a journaler, you can open your notes app and you can either type and journal or you can actually speak to text and journal. And this is one of my favorite things. This both helps me feel like I'm getting my life back in control. I've accomplished something. I don't know, it just makes me feel better. I clean off my nightstand. Not the counter, not the table, not my car. Listen, everywhere else in my life may look like a tornado has gone through it, but my nightstand, she's going to be cute and clean. I don't know what it is about the nightstand, and for you it may be something else, but whatever that thing is that calms your mind and calms your thoughts and makes you feel like, okay, recentered. I actually do have my shit together. For me, it's the nightstand. Try it out. Let me know how it works for you. And there are a plethora of other things that we can get into. Please let me know if you want me to like go through my survival hacks throughout the day in like business or parenting or whatever. These are just things that help me stay from getting a complete overload, overwhelm, and total burnout. Because here's the thing. Hot girls aren't burnout girls. Right? Boss babes are not burnt out girlies. So you have the opportunity and you have the ability to take back control in these little micro actions in your life every day. It doesn't have to be these huge life-changing, life-altering actions each day. It can really start with just reframing the way that you see some things, the way that you interact with the world around you, and the way that you control your self within, your thoughts and your anxiety and your central nervous system going haywire. I know I say that word a lot, but listen, it was like a light bulb that went off with me when I first learned to control that. And I used to have this huge explosive anger, and anything could set me off at any time. But through really focusing on healing that part of myself, I feel like I have stepped into a whole new era of life, and I wish that I had had this at 20 years old, but I'm grateful that I have it at least by 37. So try these out. Let me know how they work for y'all. And also let me know if you want me to start dropping these little golden nuggets in different areas, like I said, in business or motherhood or relationships or whatever the case may be. Yeah, let me know. Until next time, guys. Until next time is what I meant to say. Make sure you're following us on all socials. We have Instagram, we have TikTok. Make sure that you're subscribing to EliteLifeWithSam.com. And as always, we'll see you next time.